Hello children, welcome back to the science class. Previous session we have completed heat and temperature lesson. In this class we are going to see continuation of this lesson, heat and temperature. Let's move on to the lesson. Just recap what we learned previous session from this heat and temperature lesson. Heat and temperature. What is heat and what is temperature and their examples. Next, thermometer. What is thermometer? Next, properties of mercury and alcohol. Why we uses in thermometer mercury and alcohol, and properties of mercury and alcohol. Next, types of thermometers: clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, and precautions to be followed while using laboratory thermometers and clinical thermometers. In this class, first we will see difference between clinical and laboratory thermometer. Already we have seen previous session clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer briefly. In this session, differentiate between clinical and laboratory thermometer. First one, clinical thermometer is scaled from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, or from 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 Fahrenheit. But laboratory thermometer is generally scaled from 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. And in clinical thermometer, mercury level does not fall on its own, as there is a kink near the bulb to prevent the fall of mercury level. But in laboratory thermometer, mercury level falls on its own as no kink is present. And clinical thermometer, temperature can be read after removing the thermometer from armpit of mouth. In laboratory thermometer, temperature is read while keeping the thermometer in the sources of temperature, for example, a liquid or any other thing. In clinical thermometer, to lower the mercury level, jugs are given. But laboratory thermometer, no need to give jug to lower the mercury level. And clinical thermometer, it is used for taking the body temperature. But laboratory thermometer, it is used to take temperature in laboratory. So these are the difference between clinical and laboratory thermometers. Next, digital thermometer. Here is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometers. Already thermometers also three types: clinical, laboratory and digital thermometer. Here is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometers. Mercury is a toxic substance and is very difficult to dispose of if a thermometer breaks. These days, digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. Instead, it has a sensor which can measure the heat coming out from the body directly, and from that can measure the temperature of the body. So, digital thermometer is very easiest method to measure the temperature. So, mercury is very harmful, so digital thermometer is easily to measure. So digital thermometers are mainly used to take the body temperature. So digital thermometers were designed to be more accurate than normal mercury thermometers. So digital thermometers, we can measure very accurate measurement, temperature measurement. Most digital thermometers have digital screens that display the exact temperature of whatever you are measuring. The digital thermometer was found in the late 20th century as a substitute of the age-old mercury thermometer. So, digital thermometers are very easy method to take measurement, temperature measurement, and it is mercury is very harmful, and digital thermometer can accurate measurement we can take. Digital thermometer. Digital thermometer may be instilled into the mouth, under the tongue, or under the armpit, or into the anus. This thermometer displays the reading is the LCD. So easily we can take accurate measurement of temperature. This type of thermometer does not use mercury, which is hazardous to humans. Mercury is harmful, so we can easily use the digital thermometer. How can use of digital thermometer? Wash the tip with warm, not hot, with warm soapy water. Next, press the on button. Insert the tip of the thermometer into the mouth, bottom, or under the armpit. Hold the thermometer in place until it beeps. About 30 seconds. Read the display. Then turn off the thermometer. Rinse under water and put it away in a safe place. Caution. Consider, Alex wanted to measure the temperature of hot milk using a clinical thermometer. His teacher stopped him from doing so. We are advised not to use a clinical thermometer for measuring the temperature of any object other than human body. Only use clinical thermometer body temperature. Don't take measurement of milk or any other hotter object. So also we are advised to avoid keeping it in the sun or near a flame. Why? A clinical thermometer has small temperature range. So the glass will crack, burst due to excessive pressure created by expansion of mercury. So maximum and minimum thermometer is the maximum and minimum temperature of the previous day reported in weather. And precautions to be used while reading a clinical thermometer already we have seen in previous session. So don't use a clinical thermometer for measuring the temperature of any object other than the human body. So also avoid keeping the thermometer in the sun or near a flame. It may be break. So only we can measure the human body temperature, not other hot object or any other objects. So avoid keeping the temperature in the sun or a near flame. Next, scales of thermometers. There are 3 scales of thermometer: Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and Kelvin scale. In these 3 scales, we are using mercury or alcohol. So, boiling point of water in Fahrenheit scale 212 Fahrenheit. In Celsius scale, boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and in Kelvin scale, the boiling point of water is 373.15 Kelvin. And highest temperature ever recorded in US in Fahrenheit scale 134 degree Fahrenheit, in Celsius scale 56.7 degree Celsius, in Kelvin scale 330 Kelvin. And also freezing point of water in Fahrenheit scale is 32 degree Fahrenheit, in Celsius scale 0 degree Celsius, and in Kelvin scale 273.15 Kelvin. So moon at its coldest, minus in Fahrenheit scale minus 280 Fahrenheit, in Celsius scale minus 173 degrees Celsius, in Kelvin scale 100 Kelvin. Absolute zero in Fahrenheit minus 460 degree Fahrenheit, and absolute zero minus 273 degree Celsius, in Kelvin scale 0 Kelvin. So three scales are here: Fahrenheit scale, Celsius scale and Kelvin scale. These are the boiling point of water, highest temperature and freezing point of water from Fahrenheit, Celsius and Kelvin scale. First we will see Celsius scale. Celsius temperature scale, also called centigrade temperature scale, is the scale based on 0 for the freezing point of water and 100 for the boiling point of water. Invented in 1742 by the Swiss astronomer Andreas Celsius. It is sometimes called the centigrade scale because of the 100-degree interval between the defined points. The Celsius scale is in general use wherever metric units have become accepted, and it is used in scientific work everywhere. So Celsius is the common unit of measuring temperature, termed after Swiss astronomer Andreas Celsius in the year of 1742. Before that, it was known as centigrade, as thermometers using this scale for calibrated from freezing point of water. Already we know the 0 degree Celsius and boiling point of water 100 degrees Celsius. In Greek, centium means 100 and gradus means steps. Both words make it centigrade and later Celsius. Next, Fahrenheit scale. Fahrenheit temperature scale is a scale based on 32 for the freezing point of water and 212 for the boiling point of water. The interval between the two being divided into 180 parts. So, the 18th century German physicist Daniel Grabel Fahrenheit originally took as the zero of his scale the temperature of an equal ice-salt mixture and selected the value of 30 and 90 for the freezing point of water and normal body temperature respectively. These latter were reduced to 32 and 96, but the final scale required an adjustment to 98.6 for the latter value. So, Fahrenheit is a common unit to measure human body temperature. It is termed after the name of the German physicist Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. Freezing point of water is taken 32 degree Fahrenheit and boiling point of water is 212 Fahrenheit. Thermometers with Fahrenheit scale are calibrated from 32 Fahrenheit to 212 Fahrenheit. Third scale is Kelvin scale, sometimes called the thermodynamic scale. The Kelvin scale, sometimes called the thermodynamic scale. The Kelvin scale was created by Lord Kelvin to claim the need for negative numbers in temperature calculation. So the Kelvin scale is defined as follows. The degree size is identical to that on the Celsius scale. The temperature in Kelvin degrees at the Tribble point of water is defined to be exactly 273.16 Kelvin. So Kelvin scale is termed after Lord Kelvin, that is the SI unit of measuring temperature, and written as capital K, also known as absolute scale, as it starts from absolute zero temperature. These are the three scales of thermometer: Fahrenheit, Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius, and Kelvin. Boiling point of water in Fahrenheit 212 Fahrenheit, in Celsius scale 100 degree Celsius, in Kelvin scale 373.15 Kelvin, and freezing point of water in Fahrenheit scale 32 degree Fahrenheit, and in Celsius scale 0 degree Celsius, and in Fahrenheit scale freezing point of water is 273.15 Kelvin. And the relationship between Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale is as under: F minus 32 by 9, F denoted as Fahrenheit, equal to F minus 32. 32 means 32 is the starting point of Fahrenheit Celsius, and equal to C by 5. C denoted as Celsius, degree Celsius. So F minus 32 by 9 equal to C by 5. We can easily find out using this formula. We can find out temperature of Fahrenheit and temperature of Celsius, and also Kelvin K equal to 273.15 plus C Celsius. So we can, using these two formulas, we can easily find out Fahrenheit temperature, Celsius temperature, and also Kelvin temperature. Thank you, children. We have completed heat and temperature lesson. We will see the next session. Thank you.